How's it going, everyone? Nate Rathman here from Spiritual Stewardship, and today I'm going to talk about releasing judgment, releasing self judgment, and releasing judgment of others. And I feel like I'm going to talk about this from an interesting perspective. My perspective on this is to release judging others from kind of a selfish point of view. I feel like the more that I have let go of judging the behaviors of other people or their decisions or their lifestyle choices, the more relief and ease I have found in myself. I can't control other people, and I know that other people do judge people. It's kind of built into our culture. But I feel like I get personal relief when I decide that I am opting out of that system. I'm saying that there's nothing really good that comes from me judging other people, especially judging other people with very little information. I know nothing about their life history for the most part. I don't know what's going on with them on their spiritual path. I don't know what's going on with their family of origin. I know very little about most people. And most of my thoughts are consumed with what's happening inside of my head in my life. And I just feel like it's so much easier to just say, like, when people are doing things that you don't understand or agree with, say, that's your choice. And there is absolutely nothing I can do about you making your own choices. And therefore, there's not a whole lot of good that's going to come out of this by me judging whether or not it's a good thing. It's neutral. So I'd like to talk about replacing judgment with neutrality. We all make life choices. Some of them have certain consequences. Some of the consequences are enjoyable. Some of those outcomes are less enjoyable. But that's not inherently good or bad. Those are just experiences we choose that come with a set of outcomes, and some of those outcomes lead us to decisions, like they lead us down a path that feels good, and then we're kind of reinforcing ourselves to choose those kind of things more often, or maybe the decisions we make have negative outcomes or they make us feel bad, and then hopefully we learn from those choices. But there isn't a whole lot of value in putting judgment on that process as good or bad. It's not good or bad. It's a process of decision making, and people are doing it with a very, very complex matrix that no one but them really has a handle on. So that's my long-winded way of saying, like, why I try not to judge other people, because A, it's an impossible task. B, it doesn't make me feel good or see them as a whole individual who has a spirit team, who has a soul plan, who is a unique spark of God just like myself. So it creates separation between me and that other person. And I think the last reason I don't want to do it is it takes up mental bandwidth. I just want to observe that when other people are doing things I either don't understand or don't get or I wouldn't do, that I kind of just reflect, oh, that's not something I would do, and I'm curious about what's going on with them, but that's about it. That's about all I want to do with that kind of a situation. The other thing that I want to talk about is releasing self-judgment. So this is kind of the broader principle, which is just trying to get your brain, your egoic mind, out of constantly evaluating other people, which we talked about with judging other people, but self-evaluation. There's so much inner critics that just kind of resides, at least in me, that I am unpacking and trying to slow down and trying to just like say, whoa, how much of this is actually me and how much of this is culture? How much of this was parenting? How much of this was society? How much of this was my friend group? Also mixed in was the set of choices that I make that give me, again, those experiences, those outcomes. None of it is inherently good or bad. Again, it is neutral. These are, I make life choices and decisions that have outcomes, and those outcomes create feelings in me, and the feelings are what I want to watch. And I've talked about this in one of my other videos. Feelings are things that flow over you, almost like a wave. It's like a wind. It's like the air. It flows into your life from a choice that you have made, and you let it wash over you. And you don't want to hold on to that feeling necessarily. You want to just feel it happen, observe it, and let it have its natural flow out. Now, if it's a good feeling, like joy or laughter or ease, you might want to milk it a little and just kind of like, ooh, really revel in it. But if it's an upset feeling, it's like not resisting it, it's noting it. Oh, I'm feeling anger, I'm feeling a lot of frustration, but not holding on to it and saying, whoa, anger, frustration, stop, time out, I'm putting that away for further examination. No, we want to just feel it come up, let it have its feeling, let it pass through, and then if you want, you can reflect upon, well, why was that feeling coming up, or what decision did I make that led to that feeling. None of that should involve judgment of myself. None of that should be like, well, darn it, Nate, you really did the wrong thing here. You're so stupid. You always do this. Or whenever you get stressed, you make this choice. It's just neutral. And the other bigger piece to all of this, and this is both for yourself and for other people, is that there is no bad choice because there is no real right or wrong. And we come to earth, we are having this living experience to do just that experience. Not to do the right experience, not to do the wrong experience, but just to have experience. To be an embodied version on earth of higher consciousness. So we're a small part of that gets plugged into this amazing meat suit we have, and we live and we interact with others, and we make art, and we make life, and we make laughter, and we make tears, and we have just the whole gamut of life. And that's the purpose. The purpose, I think, is to just have the experience. It's the journey. It is not the destination. So there's nothing inherently wrong with whether or not you take bumpy parts of the road or smooth parts of the road. It's just different choices. They're going to yield different experiential outcomes. So I know that I've rambled a little bit. I'll try to tie it all back together. The reason that I find releasing self-judgment as such an important thing is that when it comes to other people and I judge them, I'm just creating separation, and I'm artificially enforcing a barrier between my love and compassion for that other person's experience in their life, and creating a way which I have a harder time connecting with them. And that is not a choice that I want to make. That's not the way I believe the world is. I believe that almost all people, I would say all people, some people I think are more separated than others, so it's a little harder to find compassion in them. But we are all sparks of God. We're all sparks of the divine. And the more that we can feel and see that oneness in this lived experience, I think the richer our life is going to be. And then the other aspect of the judgment that we want to release is just all the inner critic self-judgment we have, because that stuff just beats us up. It holds us in small positions. It keeps us afraid of making new choices or new life, going down new life paths. So we want to release that. So that's my video. Hopefully that wasn't too rambly and that makes sense. Try to embrace neutrality. Try to release judgment. When it comes up, love the part of yourself that's judging and say, I get it. That's like so much programming, and it's okay that you're there. And also, I see you. I'm sending you love. And next time, let's be a little more neutral, understanding, and compassionate to ourselves and to the world. That's my video. Hope you guys have a good day. Bye.